stream and or VOD, depending on what time you're watching. And seems like we're all good on Twitch itself, so I'll close out of that. And let's get into the world. I've also been making backups of this, so should anything happen to my computer, nothing bad will happen. So there's that. Yeah. Also, it's been like a week since I've last streamed. I did say this month would be a little bit, not really much streaming going on. But I'm finding time. This stream, probably not going to be more than an hour. But I did manage to find a little bit of time where I wouldn't be interrupted now. So, shouldn't be any problems there. Might be a little less than an hour, depending on how everything lines up. Might be a little more than an hour if something changes, but around an hour. And in that time, oh, sorry about that. And in that time, I want to finish this iron farm. So basically, the way that that'll happen is I need to build a platform above it, and then get some lava, and some signs, and some hoppers. Now it will take about, I did say last time it took 7 hoppers for the farm, but then there was a remake of the farm I was watching that fixed a couple of the problems. So ideally I need 9 hoppers, and that is 45 iron, which I do not have. So you're going to have to remedy that problem of not having any iron to actually make the iron farm. Now, I could just make the iron farm and then fix it later, but we'll see. That might be a much easier way to go about this, but okay, this chest is full. I need to, I'll start putting arrows in the mob drops chest because they're more of a mob drop. It's not like I actually craft them. And that'll give me a bit of space. At some point, I'm going to have to go back and reorganize all of these chests. But, oh wait, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Didn't see you there. But yes. Yeah, no problem. I mean, just watch whenever you can. I'm not going to force anyone to be here. I don't know exactly when it was that you last were watching, but since then, we've probably made a bit of progress. I'm working on Iron Farm now. So that's probably something you might have missed. Let's see. I think we're going to want to use a bit of blackstone and a bit of cobblestone for this. Ironically, cobblestone is a resource I do not have very much of, so I'm also going to want to use some glass for this farm. I don't want to use sea lanterns for lighting just yet. I'll stick to torches, although I think lanterns are also pretty good for this, and I can buy lanterns, so there's that. Let's see. Yeah, so, I guess I can walk you through the... Oh, Enderman, nice. But, oh, yeah, I remember. I did actually finally find another fortress. I think you were, watching when I was still searching for that. So yeah, it's like 1,000 blocks away, so I can't go there now, but we did find that. And, so this is now only a memory of, my time spent crying looking for another fortress and not finding it. But yeah, no, that's, next time I go into Nether, I'm gonna have to make a, like an actual proper tunnel. I did build a tunnel from it, but it was really sketchy, and, was like half in the ceiling and half not in the ceiling, and then there's like a staircase, and, it gives me shudders just thinking about it, because it's so risky. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and, redo that at some point, but I wanted to work on the base as well. Also, I'm gonna need to turn off this farm at some point, just because there's so many villagers. I think, first of all, gotta kill the creeper. Did that arrow just bounce off the creeper? There we go. I think one way to fix this would be just putting a couple of like dirt blocks down there, but I don't actually have my Silk Touch pickaxe because it's pretty much broken. Oh, that's... But, yeah. Let's see. Since that time, I have, of course, I think the villager breeder was up then, but I've made a sugarcane farm here that's just fully automatic. It's not a very efficient one. It loses like half the resources, but I'm willing to suffer that because it's completely automatic. I've been farming. I have some villagers in there, and I have a. This is going to be like a armory and smithery, so I have these toolsmiths here. Um, they always shift around, like they'll be in like they're always in the corners. Always. They're never not in the corners, so I don't know how they move around. It's like I leave here and then they do like a little shuffle or something, but every time I come in here, they're always standing like either in the corners of the blocks, the center of the blocks, and they're not like moving against each other or anything. They're not doing anything like that. So these are my special quantum mechanic villagers, I guess. They only move when not observed. But yeah. Anyways, so there's that. I have 3 villagers in there for enchantment trading. I think this guy is a... No, this guy's still in the journeyman. I need to buy a bunch of stuff from him to get that. A master librarian who has a Smite 1 book for that many emeralds is ridiculous. But I can buy glass and name tags. That's nice. This guy just keeps shuffling, so I can't even level this guy up because he just keeps changing what his enchantment is, and I have no idea what it does. It might just be that there's like it's not like loading the chunk properly, and he's like on the border or something, and I'll have to like change that. But then we also have this guy for trading, little brewing area. But yeah. And then yeah. Anyways, going back up to the farm. So I built this just to have more sugarcane because leveling up those librarians takes a lot of paper. And also, you know, when I get Elytra, having the rockets takes a lot of paper as well. Which means I'm also going to need a gunpowder farm at some point, which isn't the worst thing to set up, but anyways. Here's the iron farm so far. It actually has already spawned 2 iron golems when I was just putting stuff in here. So I know it works. I had like a platform up here, but now there's no spawnable blocks for the iron golems, so they can't spawn here anymore, even though because they can't spawn on this ice. But anyways, so we have 3 villagers, and then this is Tony, because he's our Iron Man. And yeah, I found him like on a peak behind that little like dark section over there. There's another ice mountain over there, and I carted him all the way there in a boat, taking damage the entire way. And then yeah, moved him all the way over here, and then carted him all the way across the land and over here. And I had like a big dirt scaffolding. I'm going to need to take him out of the minecart at some point. It works when he's still in the minecart, but I want the minecart back. And then, yeah, he just has that little diorite block with the glass, so the diorite is just to keep the sun from hitting him directly so he doesn't burn, even though he's in the water. Not worth taking chances. And then the glass is on top of the diorite to just stop iron golems from spawning. Anyways. Yeah, so it spawned 2 iron golems and they fell down here. Oh, there's another one. No, this is the same one. This is the second one that fell down. And yeah, they do drown over time, so technically it already is an iron farm. It's just a very slow and efficient one. So I need to get the thing. And so basically the way this works is you build a platform on top, and then the zombie scares the villagers spawn the iron golems, and then the iron golems get swept up across that platform by water, and then they get swept from the platform into a channel, similar to how I did the zombie farm, but like a little wider because they're bigger. And then they get swept into a column that drops them into lava. Hi there. But yeah, I just need to figure that out. I actually need to go ahead and go back to the video that I was using to build this. I think I have it bookmarked somewhere. There we go. There we go. Had to mute the tab real quick. Yeah. So that is the iron. That is going to be the iron farm. I'm sure I'm explaining it not exactly well, but it'll be like that eventually. Yeah, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, if either of you have any questions, feel free to ask them or just chat. No, this is not my spawn chunk, so it'll only be active when I'm in the area. Spawn chunks are like 2,000 blocks that way. I could have made it in the spawn chunk and dealt with all of that, but it was in like a forest meadow, and I figured I wanted to explore a little more. And I wanted my main base to be in an ocean monument anyways, and there's one 200 blocks that way, so... This is sort of the, well, this base isn't ever going to go away. But this isn't going to be the end game base. At some point, I'll be moving into a ocean monument, and then I'll be keeping this as like a monument to all the episodes until then. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Let me hit escape there. And I will be still looking at the chat even when I'm going over the video. Just to be sure. So I can still read what you're saying, it's just going to be there while I'm checking out this, just so I can be sure of what I'm doing so I get it right the first time, rather than having to redo it later on. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to first trace the farm in glass, that way I have an idea of what I'm doing, and then I can go on later and actually build it out quickly. Because as soon as I start placing blocks up here, iron golems start spawning. And while that's not exactly a bad thing, I don't want them to be there clogging up the system when I'm going to do this stuff later. So I should probably, like, make scaffolding and use that, but yeah. So from what I can see in the video, looks something... Okay, so the glass tower is 3 tall. Okay, so instead of a roof, I'll actually have to take that little bit out there. And so this will be 3 wide and 7 blocks long. 4, 5, 7. So it'll be like this. And then it actually goes up a block here and goes the same 7 blocks long. And then I think it was all the way to the other end over here. Yep. Alright. I can do that. Have I made a sea farm? No, I have... I have not done really all that much in terms of farms. I haven't even touched an ocean monument. I have gone past a lot of them. I found like 5 or 6 different ocean monuments. But yeah, no, I haven't actually gone and cleared one out yet. So... Alright, then I'm going to need a lot of wood for fences. And I'm actually going to need some, I think I actually already have some nether wood. So this particular farm uses fence gates that are close to lava. Why are there so many large trees? They're such a pain to cut down. Like, I mean, they give a ton of wood, but at the same time, like, you have to, like, climb and do, like, acrobatics just to actually chop them down, and then they just keep leaves in the area. Oh, well. But, anyways, so this farm uses fence gates, and they're close to lava, so unless they're made out of, the nether wood that doesn't burn, they will burn, and then the farm will somewhat break, and that's not good. So yeah, let's see. I need to do quite a few things. First of all is turning all of this into wood and turning it into fences. Which I believe is something... I'm always using like the old recipe for fences. There we go. Okay, I did get it right. Cool. 36 at... Since like it's like 9. It should be enough fences. And then let me get 3 of these. Actually, I only need to use 2 of these because I can use normal sticks, I believe. Yep. I do need one more set of sticks, because I need 3 fence gates. And there we go. I might as well just take those with, just in case I need some more. Oh yes, I need some stairs, so I'll just take these. And if I have a 3x7, that's 21, and then so that is 63, so I need a stack of blocks. Okay, that'll work. I do believe I have enough, so I can make the top thing. I'll probably make it out of mostly smooth stone, maybe edge it in granite. I think that's what I'll do. Do I have any more of anything in my furnace? No, okay. Alright, see you around. I don't know if I'll be streaming later or tomorrow. Again, this month is not very good for streaming for me, but if I'm there, I'll be happy to see you. And if you want to join the Discord, you can get pinged every time I go live. Would be happy to see you around. Alright, pumpkins go in the trading chest. Okay, so next up I need to get... See you around then. You only need 1 lava bucket for this farm, which is nice, because it spreads around. I also need signs. Almost forgot about the signs. I believe I need 9 signs. I need to make more sticks. Actually, I might only need, no, I only need 6 signs for this, but nah, it doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt to have extras. Now then. I'm gonna need more glass, because the way this works is you're gonna drop them to make the farm more efficient. So the farther the iron golems get away, or rather, the sooner the iron golems get far away, the better for the farm, because then it can spawn more iron golems because they're not in the area. So you want to drop them and then have them die to lava rather than having them die to lava right next to the farm. So I'm going to make a glass column, probably out of panes to be even more efficient there. What else? And there's a whole lot of things I could do to like increase the rates or make them better, but alright. That'll be enough for 4 hoppers, and then I'll probably... I might actually go ahead with the route of making, I might make the bottom magma blocks and then have a single hopper minecart going along, because I have plenty of rails, an extra minecart, I can make 1 hopper and save a bunch of iron that way, and it's not like this is a massive farm that's going to really... it's not like it's going to be that much slower than just using regular hoppers, because it's not like this is going to be some crazy farm. And even then, hopper minecarts are usually what people use anyways, because you can stack them on top of each other. Anyways. I have a spare minecart somewhere. Oh yeah, it's in the other chest by the villagers. Don't need this boat on me. I kind of want to use some blackstone and some nether bricks in my build. So you can make these. Cool. So, I think I'll make these into polished blackstone, and then you can turn that into other stuff. But so I'll have this. I might. So I think I'm gonna have andesite, smooth stone, and then instead of ringing in granite, I might ring it in this polished blackstone. Granite's nice and all, but it doesn't fit as well into that whole theme. And then we need a bunch of. I can use glass panes. Instead of walls. And that should be good. Alternatively, I could, I'll use nether brick walls. How about that? Because those exist, right? Yep, they do. I don't know how many I need. I'll start with 16, and then I'll come back if I need more, I guess. Let me put the dirt up because I don't need that. And that's my current silk touch pickaxe. I have a couple diamonds. I'll go ahead and... How expensive is it to repair? It's probably pretty expensive, right? Yeah. Oh well. Having silk touch is very important when you live in ice and build with glass. Oh, I'm also going to need to sleep at some point, so I guess I'll quickly just harvest the sugarcane and then head back. Oh, and then that over there is the, That's where I got the sniper duel achievement. I think it was at the end of last stream. There's a skeleton over there, and I was standing at the entrance of this bridge, and I shot over there, so I'll have to make a monument to that at some point. I went back and clipped it, so it's my proof that I'm not bad at the game. Most of the time, at least. Or some of the time. Let's see what else. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of extra inventory space that I don't need to fill with stuff, just so that I don't have to worry about managing it while I'm building. So, put the sugarcane in the sugarcane chest, the auto farm, and it produced 8 that day. I mean, 8 sugarcane for literally doing nothing is pretty nice. And that sugarcane farm is probably produced by this point at least a stack, maybe 2 stacks, and it's not been too long since I've been on the server around it. So let's see, what else do I need or not need? I probably don't need the diamond shovel on me at the time, so I'll put that in here for now. Sticks are good to have, so I'll keep those. Oh yes, I need the magma blocks. And the trick with the magma blocks is that they are slightly less than a block tall, even though it doesn't really look like it. Entities and drops will sit lower on a magma block than an actual block, and so you can have a hopper underneath them picking stuff up. That is the downside to living in, well, one of the many downsides to living in ice, but it looks cool in that, you know, that's sort of the whole point. So, let me get my minecart chest and all that, and let me actually see if this still works. They could have changed something. That is possible. Is minecart not in here? Oh, I guess I used the final minecart on Tony, and I was missing another minecart. Oh well. Well, let's see if I can break Tony out of his minecart, and then we'll use that. But you need powered rails for this, so I will take them there. And basically, the plan is just to make a collection chamber down here, build it up to there, and then have the minecart over here. So I'll probably actually do it like this. So let me get some more half slabs. I think I have some spare half slabs somewhere. And then I will use those to build a little area that I can just sort of walk on and collect stuff in. Half slabs, there we go, smooth stone. Should have matched, I have some cobblestone smooth slabs. I'll mix them and see if we can get a decent design. Yeah. Ironically, because I'm not anywhere near stone, like to get stone I have to go mining underground, like so that ladder in the corner of my base is to my mine, and so I have to go all the way down there just to get stone, so I don't actually have that much cobblestone. And when I do actually go mining, you know, I'm not holding on to cobblestone, I'm holding on to all the ores I get, so most of it just gets thrown away. So very little cobblestone. I might actually have to make a cobble farm at some point. Anyways, I'll probably even out this area with the slabs. Like so, something like this. Let me do this. That looks a little better. Not perfect, but not bad. Maybe I'll do this too. View over there. It's slightly better than it was. And now we get to do this, and I might actually make this, oh wait, no, that just waterlogs it. Would be interesting to have a waterlogged collection area, but, let's see. Maybe later on I'll move this downward. Although I'm definitely going to make a more efficient iron farm later on when I have like more iron to spend on an iron farm. I might have several tiers and stuff, but for now this is a very efficient one. I can make it very easily. And actually the collection area is going to have to be over here on the low side, and so they're going to fall down from there. So it's going to end here, and they're going to fall. Let me see if I can map this out here. So that is to there. Okay, so the edge will be here. So this will be the edge, and across 3 blocks, like so. And then, yeah. Alright. So let's use some andesite, I think. Because I need 21 to do that up there. I should have had a more concrete plan going into this, but yeah. I will live. Crafting table, I'm just going to set it there. Let me actually pick these up. There we go. Actually, I need a double chest. Well, I don't need a double chest, but a double chest is better to have for iron farms because you get a whole lot of stuff from them. So basically, you need to just have. So if they fall down here, well, I'll probably make it like at this level, and then the hopper minecart going over there, delivering into a chest that's probably over here. So. So 2x2 here, or 2x3 here, feeding into a chest. It's probably better to go it over here, I guess. So this will feed into here. Not quite used to the new chests yet. There we go. And then something like this. There we go. Then I need to power these. So actually, so I will need one hopper. Can I power this without powering a hopper that's next to it is the question. And I can't have rails going over chests, right? They didn't change that. Yeah, they didn't. Alright. I suppose I could do like a trick with like going over a furnace and then into that, but yeah. Let's see. Yes, I will need to make it go over a little bit more, so we will, instead of doing it like this, we will do it like this. Alright, well, let's just make this out of glass, because that's something I have in plenty supply. At some point I'm going to need to do a stream of just me mining raw materials just to have them. So, we have you. Then we have you. Okay, so we're going to want to have on this level something like this. And then we want to have a chest. Come on now. And then this chest will be fed from a hopper. As the hopper minecart goes over it, it'll feed another hopper, and then so on and so forth. So now we need to make this just one big loop, which is easy enough. Hopper will be there. Gonna need more wood. And I still haven't tried to get the minecart from Tony. Alright, let's see if we can get Tony's minecart. Unless I want to like completely tear the farm apart, I'm not getting that minecart, and I don't think it's quite worth it at this moment to completely tear the farm apart for that. So I'm just going to have to make another one at some point. But in the meantime, hopper, and then we have 10 more for a hopper minecart. Yep. to know that that's working. Alright, now you just have to go like this, and honestly, I think a 1-powered rail would probably do it. So I have my redstone torches at the base, which are ironically cheaper than levers because I have no cobblestone. Okay, that is a torch. Thought that might have been a hole I accidentally hit there. There we go. And this is what I mean. I'm glad I finished, or at least cleared out most of my inventory before doing this, because you can imagine me trying to do this without having cleared my inventory first, because it's already very full. So if I put a torch there, okay, it doesn't work. In fact, the only thing that probably did was just lock hopper. That guy's still down there. Wow. Maybe they don't actually drown. Maybe they only got damaged because of drowned. So you now still don't work. All right. Well, gotta have you on level then. There we go. And now time to make the hopper minecart. It works. Nice. There you go. Just want to have that paused for just a second so I can work on this a little more. And now we have to make sure that the system works, so okay, we have a magma block on the magma thing. We send this around, and it seems like it picked it up. And it works! Huzzah! Instead of 9 hoppers, we used 2 in a minecart, so the equivalent iron cost of 3 hoppers. And I can actually make this a little wider if I need to. I think it might even, if I do this, it should still pick up. Okay, if it's on the corner of that block, no, so I'll have to completely remake this system. If it needs to be like that. But I actually think the farm itself was 3 blocks. And then, of course, if anything falls during the building of this, that is also fine. Oh, yeah, we can already see the, so this is what happens, is the drowned go to attack this guy, and then all the rotten flesh farms up, or floats up. So really, if I wanted to, I could have a combination zombie and iron golem farm here, or rather drowned and iron golem farm. Just by dropping the iron golems into the water and just having them duke it out with the drowned. It'd be pretty funny. But anyways, let's get rid of you. For now, I'll actually just put a few things into the chest that I don't need immediately. Alright. Should probably done with the rails and that, so we double check that I have the foundation finished. I do not want to be AFK at night, so I will quickly do that. Sorry about this, chat. Alright, so the room is... Okay, so the chute that the iron golem's down is 2x3, but it's made with pane so that it has a sort of, I see now, okay. Alright. And they actually use walls for this entire thing, so I don't know if I have to use walls for this. I might actually have to, in which case I will need a lot more walls to go all the way up there. In fact, let me actually go see if I have enough walls to just do that immediately. Because if I can, it spares a lot of time. Spares a lot of time, saves a lot of time. Alright. So I can make a bunch more, you into more netherrack bricks, or nether brick. Alright. So I make all of you into nether brick walls. It's 1 to 1. So I have 42. It's 20 blocks up, but we have a little bit extra. So I'll need something around a stack of these, and since I'm making another 32, that should be enough. And then I'm going to use glass panes for the middle, so that's all fine as well. Let me actually make those two. Pane. Probably too much, but whatever, we'll use them later, and I have a little bit more glass. Let me make some more as well while I'm here, because that was... I didn't actually mean to... sort of brain fart. Oh well. We're using up a ton of coal, but it's fine because I have a little bit more. I'll have to go and find a coal vein and fortune it up later, but for now we're good. Alright. You can see Rotten Flesh over there as well. Yeah, he's still kicking. So the way this goes is we will have to first sort of get to the level of that, so just to make building easier, let's do this. Oh, and he's gonna fall there, convert to a drown, and then be killed by that guy. So, what do I want the base to be made out of? So, we'll do this for now. I switch it up later, but it doesn't hurt. No, you can't jump and place fence posts, sadly. But it'll be something like this. It's going to be a pain to build this all the way up there, but oh, yep. There we go. And then something like this. And then, so for now, I guess I'll just take this one all the way up. Let's go through each other. Oh, you can jump and place them. Oh yeah, because well, did I math this wrong? I think I did. It's supposed to be one block that way. Let me watch this again. Yeah, okay, it is. Alright, well. Jeez. Alright, so if it's one block this way, that means I need to move the entire thing one block over. So let me go ahead and break that. Move some of these in here. Alright. I actually need to move the chest as well, don't I? I think when I break this, everything will come out of it. Yep. There we go. I know I moved that 2 blocks, but just to be safe. So the way this should work now is instead of being here, although I think I do still actually need to have a wall there, so we'll see. So it should be 3 out from sort of, these are glass panes, but alright, that was, anyways, So 3 out from here, basically. So 1, 2, 3. And then it falls off. No, did I have it right the entire time? Okay, I did, never mind. Wow, it was a whole lot of wasted time for nothing. Ah, well. Oh, well, I can maybe make this a little better. Who knows? I might actually just extend this anyways, just to make sure that I get all the drops. So I'll do something like this. And so there'll be a glass wall across there, even though it won't be perfectly symmetrical. It's fine. There we go. So they'll fall into here, and then there'll be a lava blade there that kills them. And then down here we have... I need to go get the glass and the nether bricks from the base. As you can see by all the torches, there's not really many places for mobs to spawn around here to bother me, so I'm not exactly worried about the night. Let me put away the extra. Turn all of you into nether brick walls. This thing will probably not be the prettiest, but I don't think it'll look the absolute worst. At some point I might change out the paint color to be like a black or maybe a dark red, but I don't think it'll be that bad. So now comes the question of how we do the rails in order to get all of this. So definitely need to have a hopper here. Actually, this is not over it, so actually, hold on. What if I move it here, put the... I think I might have to go back and forth across here, put the chest. Okay, good, that wasn't the chest that had all the items in it. Good. And then I will put the hopper here. So this goes... Okay, come on now. Guess I'm still not quite used to the way these work. You have to be rotated, don't you? Alright, well. Chest in there too. Anyways, now we can place the hopper in. Make sure it's going into the chest, like so. And then I'll make it like weave back and forth across here. So it'll look something like this. There we go. And then over here we'll give it its powered rail so that it continues going. Is it shapeless? No, you do have to put it above it. Cool. And then we just slide. Actually, don't need shift click. And then we just give it a bump to get it started. Come on. Alright, fine, you have it your way. There we go. Now this is finally done. We have this little area here that we can go. So now we just need to fill this up with glass panes. Put these extras away. Don't need them anymore. Okay. So then we just jump off and do it again. And we repeat this a few times. And then eventually we go and get the last couple of blocks that we'll miss because we're 2 blocks tall. Oh, that was right. Cool. And that probably fell down there and got collected or into the water or something, and I might never see it again. Cool. Well, anyways. Yep. Looks good. I mean, I could drop down and I wouldn't die, but I'd rather not take the chances. Alright. Now we have to use some of you. Do we want to make this nice and flush with everything? I'll probably figure out the exact specifics. We don't want to have that there because then it'll interfere with the water flows going across there and they'll like step up on top of it. There we go. And then there'll be like fences there later on. You have feather falling, right? Yeah, I do. So even if I were to fall, I'd only take like maybe 1 or 2 wards of damage. Well, not 1 or 2, but still. Wouldn't be that much. And I am completely out of nether brick walls. Let me fix that, I guess. Not too far this way. Plus a bit of glass too. I don't think 13 will be enough to finish it, but I can hope. If it isn't... Do I have any more netherrack? I have a little bit. Isn't it for 8 more? That should be enough. Do I have any in there? Yeah, no, I moved all my netherrack to the other chest. Alright. Well, I mean, worst case scenario, I can go to the nether and quickly pick up some. I'm not that scared of the nether anymore. I have fire resistance. Oh, and yeah, there's the one that fell earlier. I thought I had placed mistakenly, but I actually had correctly. And anything fallen in here? Nothing important. Alright, so... forgetting, just middle click to bring the blocks to my hand. Alright, that's my staircase to get up. It's not actually necessary to have it. And, you temporarily just put that block there. So this will be the one level, this will be the other level. Again, I'm working with glass mainly just so that no iron golems spawn in the middle of this, and I can get everything set up for them first, and then they start spawning in, and then it all works out nicely. So yeah. Across here will be the fence gates, so I can get those in, I guess. That's just to stop water from going over here to there and then falling down, extinguishing the lava. And actually in this design they don't actually have to be netherwood because the lava is going to be all the way down there instead of up here. When this is shorter in the first design, then they would burn, but as it stands now, should be good. So basically what comes next is making these two things, putting water fences around all of them so nothing falls, and then, of course, finishing this up. At some point I'm definitely going to need to set up a water elevator there, but once it's actually in motion, I'm not actually going to be doing that much up there. And let me sleep this night away just so I don't get any phantoms or anything. Because phantoms do quite a bit of damage. And if you're up in the air working on something like an iron farm, then you can just swoop in, deal like a heart of damage, and then deal like 4 hearts of fall damage. I should have spread this across multiple furnaces to make it go faster. Oh well. 5 should probably be enough to complete it. The access in there, I guess. I don't know. Probably belongs more in the building blocks chest than the mass building blocks chest, because that's what that other one is. It's ice, glass, and netherrack things that I have a ton of, and we're just clogging up the other building blocks chest. And then sea lanterns as well, because they went with the ice, and I just felt like putting them in there, really. It's not a perfect system. Seems like we're just one off. Ah well. I guess there's another one that belongs over there or something. Is this 2 off? I guess it's 2 off, yeah. Oh well. Oops, I made this too small. No. No, it should work. Alright, well, we need like 2 more, but that's fine. Alright, and then this should be the final bit of the chute, because I have everything else I need over there. And I'm going to set up the signs for the lava, but I'm not going to set up the lava until it's actually done and working, so that there's no chance of me accidentally falling in there while I'm working on it, because that would suck. I do have a fire resistance potion and like protection armor, so I'm not going to die to it, but still wouldn't be great. And I believe signs actually just go in here at my head height, because iron golems are 3 blocks tall. So that way, I guess, you know, another safety measure, even if I were to fall down there, I'd only take like the one little bit of lava damage and I wouldn't be continuously in it. There we go. This should work. Let me test it with water, I guess, first. Just go outside. Oh, there's not a glass pane there. That would explain it. Oh, I'm water. I didn't know glass panes could be waterlogged. I'm gonna be honest. The more you know. Can fence blocks? Fence blocks can be waterlogged. Okay. Signs can be. So I guess if I want to test this, I have to use like a glass block, and then water. Okay. Now, lava's going to be a lot easier to put in because there's no lava logging so far as I know. There's only water logging. So, basically when the time comes, I just open this back up with the lava in, and then it'll work. And then they'll fall in, they'll die, and their items get picked up by the minecart on rails. It all works out. And I guess I'll start with fences up here, and those fences, of course, are down below. Go ahead and make these one more tall. That way I don't have to deal with any mistakes. I was hoping that the panes would connect there as well, but they did not. And I don't have an axe. Working with fences. I guess I'll just do a ring of just glass panes at the top. And this should just stop things from getting in there accidentally. Okay, so I can get through there. I don't think the iron golems will be able to, but I might have to replace this with walls as well. We shall see. So that's sort of the fences for the lower level. For the upper level. Yeah, no, I definitely want to use actual walls that connect to the glass, and there's no risk of anything getting through there. So, and I think I don't even have an axe anymore, so I will go and make another one and take back some of these resources that are just sitting here. I'll leave the lava bucket in there. I'll need to use it later. Ta-doo. I still will also be using this. I don't really need any more glass panes, so I'll put most of them in here. I'll keep a stack on me just in case, but should not be necessary. These go in the mob drops chest, building blocks chest, although actually these should go into the villager chest. This goes in the building blocks chest though. So does this. I'll take this one. Good enough for me. See, I don't need the signs anymore, the wood or the sticks. I'll probably need them later, but I'll deal with it then. I'll leave the coal off for now. Leave the iron off for now. Alright. Pretty much just go mining a little bit, get some cobblestone, and then, to go. Yep. Mining for cobblestone. There's not really any particular place to do this, but while I'm at it, I might as well mine at the diamond level for a tiny chance of getting diamonds. Let's see, I haven't gone this way yet, so let's go this way. I don't need that many walls, so I don't need that much cobblestone, but it's good to have it. Because you really don't appreciate cobblestone until you have none of it. Oh, that is why I usually place torches on the walls, but there. And right through it. Magma blocks, a little bit of iron there actually. But, yeah, not too much. Jeez. Guess it really wants me to mine this iron, eh? No, one single thing of iron. Let me see. Is there any diamonds around here? Not that I can see. Ah, well. It's the way it be sometimes. You, diorite. It's actually not that bad, but I know it has a reputation. Now, and speaking of needing more coal, not bad. Not great. I'm pretty sure the average is about 2.5 and there's quite a bit there, but it wasn't horrible. I have a fairly decent amount of stuff now. I wasn't even holding spacebar there for a second, it was just sort of like hitting me into the block and making me jump up repeatedly. So we got 2 birds with 1 stone. We got a stack and a half of coal about. Oh, even more. Even a little bit of iron, and clear out that area. And we have well over a stack of cobblestone. Gotta say, it's much easier to make than fences, because I can just sort of just plug it into the stone cutter and just get a 1-for-1 rather than having to craft sticks and then all that. There we go. Should be plenty, and let me replenish my coal supplies, I suppose. up to 10 spare blocks. I like having the nice rows of resources. Or nice rows of blocks of resources, even. It's nighttime, but there shouldn't be any phantoms because I slept last night. For a second there, I thought the minecart was an iron golem that was freaking out. I believe this farm works better at night, but I think it still works during the day. I think that's how it works. Cut away all of this. Pro skills. And now more pro skills. That is why you always have a water bucket in your hotbar. Always. Come on, there we go. You can waterlog these, right? No. Oh, you can't waterlog fence gates. Interesting. Alright. The more you know. Anyways. I proved that you couldn't jump there. Yeah. Light it up a little bit. And from there we need to go up, and from here we need to go up. This level will need to be... I think this level is actually stairs to make going down a little easier for the iron golems. So that's why I have these cobblestone stairs. This is my fortune pickaxe, so... This is the right pickaxe. I don't believe the iron golems spawn on stairs, so I'm going to place them now. Go. And then of course this needs to be built up so they can't jump over. And then we return to this, and then we go the remainder of the way, and actually... do this. And since this is already one of these, I can just put a torch there. And this gets built out all the way to the end over here. So the platform will end here, so we need to go one further. The platform ends over here, so we go one further. And there we go. Like so. And again, just going to place in these bits of glass. Again, you can't jump up on that, even if you're really good at parkour. Well, you probably could if you were good at parkour, but... Darn it. Didn't have my water bucket. Well, I'll take the long way up, I guess, is the walk of shame for not water bucketing correctly. And let me fix that other really good problem of not having said water bucket in my inventory. But at least I know that a fall from this height will only take out like 2 hearts because of feather falling, which is delightful. Delightful enchantment. Let's see, I'm trying to do this. trying to do it this way. That's what I did. So that's only like a half step up because I was on a fence and I was trying to make it a full jump, which is not quite how it works. Alright, cool. So now, no iron golem should be able to get over this barrier, or over there. So we should be able to make this now, and then this also needs to be replaced while we're at night. There's glass there, and so now, now we start working on the barrier itself. And so I'm going to quickly go ahead and put andesite above him. Actually, no, I was using smooth stone for this section, wasn't I? Yeah, because it's a little bigger. There, smooth stone. Do we have enough for this? Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. And it's like 6. 5 by 6, 30. Yeah, I have plenty. There we go. Perfect. And then I need to do the lower part, which will just be andesite. And now I need to go get more water. No. It didn't want to fill in. Interesting. Huh. I guess because I did while I was falling, it sort of glitched it a little bit, because that should fill in. Unless that thing below it is also not a source block. Oh well. But once I have 2 source blocks, then I can make more. Good old water. Oh yeah, I don't have a way to get up anymore. Let me fix that. Do I have any ladders on me? I do not, so... Glass staircase time. Except instead of going this way and like that, let's also go ahead and just close this in just to make it a little nicer. There's a gap there, and a gap there. So yeah, he still has vision of all the villagers, it's fine. Anyways, let's, darn it, need to start it earlier. Do waterlog. No waterlogging and metal. Fine. Should all work. I think I might have to add another layer of walls back here just to prevent them from jumping out. Swimming. I which I don't think you could anyways, but that's what's gonna happen. It's already happened. Fill my water bucket. That's there. And it all works out. Really getting better at this water bucketing. So it should be working now, should be operational, so let me go ahead and put in the lava. No one will see the first golem. It's possible I made some change to the farm, but it was working even when it wasn't built up, so should be fine. Just grab you, and do that, and it should spread all the way across. There we go. If it didn't, I would just move it one block over and then it would. But yeah. At some point, if I want to, I can even it out, but... And even if I wanted to, I could actually make this farm and just leave all these bottom glass panes out, and just so I could walk in there. But I don't really feel like doing that, so I won't. And since I have extra blackstone, let me go ahead and make this little area a little better for getting on and off the ladder down here. There we go. That goes up there. Should all be fine. So basically the way this farm works again, zombie scares the villagers call in the Iron Golem for help. Although, yeah, it seems like they're, they can't actually see the zombie because they're on their beds. How to fix this problem? See, none of them are actually getting scared, and therefore not spawning any golems, which is a bit of a problem for a golem spawning farm. I think it's possible... Since I have them in the minecart, I could remove both of them, but that still is a risk. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some half slabs and then replace the top block with a half slab block, and that should fix it. Yep. Some of the blocks I've gotten since. That. Ooh, I could use the polished blackstone slabs. I think I'll just stick to using smooth stone slabs. Not in the furnace. Here. There we go. 4 is plenty enough. You may be interfering with the farm. I mean, you should be too far away to interfere with the farm, so we'll see. Nothing in there so far. So these are 1.5 blocks high, so the zombies shouldn't be able to get through them. Shouldn't. Even if he weren't in the minecart, but he's in the minecart anyways, so it shouldn't even matter. He could probably do 2 blocks top and still get away with it. but I'm being safe just in case, because you never know how dumb the villagers could be. So now we have it such that there's a 1.5 block tall gap. I didn't fill that. Let's wait until I fix it. There we go. There we go. So it should be working now. But there's probably some part of it that I'm not entirely sure about. Interesting. Perhaps. Come on now. Two. Maybe I actually do need to break the minecart. No, 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 no. No. No, nope, nope. Nope, 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 you can't fall down there. No, Tony! Ah, it took so long to get him up there. Goodbye, Tony. That's gonna take forever to replace him. I should have known that was gonna happen. I really should have known that was gonna happen. That sucks. Because I'm gonna have to get another zombie. All the way up here. I'm gonna have to rebuild the entire thing. Although it does mean I can, you know, sort of redo this, but still. Well, that sucks. Time to go to sleep, I guess, and, Rip Tony. We'll have a memorial with the torch that he dropped. He was truly a light to us all. Well, now I have to build that entire thing over again. The massive That's as good a place as any to end it. So thank y'all for coming along. Thank y'all for tuning in, and see y'all around. We'll find a replacement for Tony next stream, and I'll look at the chat for a couple minutes afterwards, just in case any of y'all had last questions. See y'all.